Alright, so it is time to make lunch, and I want to try this assassin spaghetti. And I have a couple of different ways to make this, but what you need is crushed red pepper, olive oil, some tomato sauce, which I can't find right this second. So we'll say I need some garlic, and I need fresh-ish garlic. I bought minced. Here we go. And I need some pasta sauce or tomato sauce. And I went through several different thoughts about this because the food pantry did give me this little can of tomato sauce, but I don't think it's going to be enough. And I can also turn this into tomato sauce. What you do is you run your diced tomatoes through a food processor, and you can turn them into something like this. But I don't want to do that. I don't want to go to all that work today to clean the food processor, and then to use the food processor, and then to clean it again. I don't want to do it. So I'm just going to use the this jar of spaghetti sauce. So maybe I'll show you how to turn diced tomatoes into tomato sauce some other time. It's not happening today. And then I need to look at these dates. March 3rd. No, March 2025 is that one. This is thin spaghetti. Oh, this is angel hair. Angel hair. Boy, let's not. Okay. Oops. I don't want to dent my chicken. Let's hope I did not dent my chicken. Alright. I have thin spaghetti, I have angel hair spaghetti, and I have regular spaghetti. You know what? I'm going to use the regular spaghetti. God, I've got so much spaghetti. This is why I'm trying this, actually. September 2026. Oh, this is my newest spaghetti. Well, shoot. Alright, you know what? I'll use the thin spaghetti. Okay. Alright, so I am getting there. I need to wipe all that stuff off. All of it. I need to wipe all of it off. So I'm going to start doing that. We'll start with this. And definitely need to wipe off anything and everything that comes from the food pantry. And here's the thing. If I don't use all of this sauce, I will put it in a bag and freeze it. This crushed red pepper. And this really needs wiped off. But I think I just wiped this off, honestly. And we're going to wipe this off. And then I'm going to dry it all off. So basically, I'm going to wipe it off twice. So I'm sure that this spaghetti came from the food pantry. I do not buy spaghetti. So this came from the food pantry. And this came from the food pantry. So I will go get the numbers for that here in a second. Alright, so that's done. Let's see. I bet that spaghetti's about $1, and I bet this sauce is about $1.50. But I'm going to go look. So I went and looked up to see how much this stuff was. This thin spaghetti is $1.09 at Meijer's. This Kroger's spaghetti sauce is $1.99. So these two items were just over $3. So I got $3 in free food. And if the food pantry is all you can afford, this makes a meal. So, but if you've got a little extra money, you can do, something a little bit more elaborate. Like, this garlic was $1.69. This red pepper that I swear it will probably last 10 years was $6. and this was $8. So to make this assassin spaghetti, I got $3 worth of free stuff, and I spent 8, 14, 15, almost $16 to go with it. And this is the typical food pantry experience. Now, my food pantry goes above and beyond to make sure that you can make a meal out of the stuff you got. And they did that. They did that. This is a meal. I'm just going to point it out again. This is a meal. You boil this spaghetti, you pour this on top. This is a meal. And they even give you bread and butter. So you could even, like I could even toast some bread and put some margarine on it and call that, and a little bit of garlic, right? Everybody's got a little bit of garlic powder. And call that garlic toast. And I've done that before. So, you know, that's that. Now I need to look up this spaghetti recipe. All right, so I am going to make this assassin's spaghetti. So obviously this spaghetti is going to come up and ninja you in the taste buds. At least that's the hope. I tell you, if you're ever wondering if you should buy some jewelry pliers, you should buy some jewelry pliers. You know why? They're good for everything. So I got my authentic olive oil. Smells like olive oil. Looks like olive oil. Alrighty. I was happy to see that olive oil. I really didn't want to get Pompian. Pompian can go pump off. Assassin's spaghetti. This spaghetti is going to come up and kick you in the taste buds. That's what it's going to do. So for assassin's spaghetti, you need olive oil. And I guess you need quite a bit of it. So we're going to put some olive oil in that pan and coat it up real good. And sorry, it's going to be a lot of... Oh, yeah, okay. It's going to be a lot of walking to show you what's going on. This is the red pepper flakes. Always test and make sure the seal is good. Then use your jewelry pliers to pull off the thing. So we put the... Like, I'm afraid I'm going to shred my skin. This is tough. All right. So while my olive oil is heating up, I'm going to try and open this. Oh, hey, look at that. Okay, so this is cool. You have a little thing here that you can lift it up. What's going on there? All right. Yeah, but I don't think I need to do that. All right, so we're going to go take a walk over here in a minute. I can smell the olive oil. I've taken it off the fire for a bit. I'm going to do a lot of editing on this video. That's what that looks like. And basically, you're making chili oil. I guess you usually sit right here. Whoops. Yeah, right there. So, now I'm going to... The garlic lid didn't pop or anything. Remember, this was the thing that was hanging low on the shopping cart. So, tell you what I'm going to do. I'm not going to use that. I am instead just going to use this garlic powder. Stuff like this happens, so you got to be flexible. But I didn't want to do that because I was concerned about the garlic powder being dry. All right, so we're just going to use garlic powder. All right, so I've got chili powder and garlic in there, and that's what it looks like. I went ahead and used the garlic powder, so that's fine. Now I'm going to get the spaghetti and put it in there. So this is where it gets different than making actual spaghetti, because instead of putting the spaghetti in water, you're putting it in oil and spices. So we'll just see how much spaghetti fits in here. Yeah, I think a little more spaghetti can fit in there, just a hair. So I have my spaghetti just sitting in here, and I'm letting it soak up the oil and the spice. So I'm going to open this jar of sauce, and I'm going to hope that it's good. Turns out my spaghetti wasn't. All right. Button pops up when the seal is broken. So my button is not popped up, so I'm going to open this spaghetti. It popped. Okay, great. So I just washed a bowl, so I'm going to test this spaghetti. But it's interesting because you're browning your spaghetti, which is really kind of crazy. Get myself a bowl because I want to see what this spaghetti looks like. And they don't typically use spaghetti sauce in this, but this looks and smells fine, so I'm going to put it in here just a little bit. And here's the thing, I'm just going to alternate spaghetti sauce and water. So there's the spaghetti sauce. I'm stirring it up, and I'm going to go get some water. I'm just going to use a bottle of water so that I can pour it as needed. So normally I'd put water flavoring in this water, but I'm going to use it to cook. So this is what this looks like. This is really wild. So just a little bit of sauce and water, and I'm going to let that cook down. And they say, they want your sauce hot, they want your water hot. Here's the deal. I don't have that many skillets. And in order to have that many skillets, I would need to wash the stuff that's been sitting in that corner for 2 years. It's on my to-do list, but it is not on my today list. So, as you can see, the stove is much cleaner. So this is what I'm doing with this sauce. I'm letting it coat the noodles and kind of evaporate. So that's what this is. This is very interesting. And if you go and look up a recipe online, or I'll probably put one down in the description, and it says use fresh or minced garlic, I'm going to tell you right now that you could absolutely use powdered, because my fresh minced garlic didn't work out. And I knew it the minute I opened the seal, because I could smell the garlic. And I shouldn't be able to smell anything if it's packed right. So it's just going to get sauce and water is what it gets. Sauce and water. And like I said, they want this stuff to be hot, but I'm not gonna heat it up. It's ridiculous. All right, so, yep. This actually looks pretty good. It's much darker than you would think. Now, this is not something that you can leave on the stove and walk away from, because there's not enough liquid or anything else in here that you could be able to walk away in this, or walk away out of your kitchen and not burn the crap out of it. Now, they say that burning it just a little bit is good, which, I'm sure it is. but you don't want to walk away and leave it there for like an hour. You'll not only will you burn it, you'll destroy your pan. If I like this, I'll have a new way to eat all those stinking spaghetti noodles. I got so much spaghetti. Oh my gosh. Yep, it will stick to the bottom. And I guess that's okay. It smells good. I'm going to get me some more coffee. It's still a little bit hot, so I'm going to turn it back on. Alrighty. I've been so busy I haven't had time to drink my coffee. I guess that's a good thing. So I don't think you need very much sauce for this. This is real interesting. I'm going to pour just a little bit more in there, but I don't think you need much sauce. This will probably be it. So I think that's about all the sauce I'm going to use, and I didn't use very much. Check this out. This really doesn't take very much sauce. So there's that, and that's all I used of the sauce. I'm going to freeze that, but now I'm going to have to freeze it. I'm going to have to portion it, is what's going to happen. So we want this to absorb everything. It's really wild. So you're basically cooking spaghetti like a risotto, which is interesting. It's coming together. We'll give it that. I'm going to put this in the fridge for a minute, but I'm going to have to portion this and freeze it because I didn't use nearly as much as I thought. I probably could have used that little bitty jar of tomato sauce, just the plain tomato sauce. I probably could have used it, and it would have been plenty. So that's very interesting. So I am just waiting for the noodles to soften, really. Well, now I'm starting to burn it on the bottom. Boy, this looks good. You know what? This is going to be a very cheap meal once you get all the ingredients. Because I didn't hardly use any of that spaghetti sauce. The most expensive thing in this is going to be the olive oil. And once you get that, you could make a lot of this really fairly cheaply. A can of tomato sauce is still about $1 for 15 ounces. This jar of sauce that I'm working with was $2. The spaghetti was $1, even though I didn't pay for it. So to make a big batch of this, you would pay $8 is about the going price for olive oil. So $8, $9, $10, $11, $15 initially. $15 for an initial investment to make this. And then you'd end up with a ton of it. Yeah, that's pretty cool. All right. It smells good, I will say that. I think if you are able to get some actual, like, real garlic, it's actually good. I think you'll really like it. All right, so at least you'll like the way it smells. I don't know how it tastes yet. So I got a bowl. I'm going to put my spaghetti in this bowl. This is done. Boy, it made a lot. Okay, now I want something to go with it. So I am going to put this back on the stove. I'm going to add some more oil. I'm going to add more oil. I'm going to add more red pepper flakes. I'm going to get this meat that I just cut up, and I'm going to put some in this skillet. Yeah, I think that's plenty. So what I did was I took the spaghetti out, and I just put the meat right in with some extra oil and red pepper flakes. Looks like this. This is very interesting. All right. So I'm going to let that steak cook. So here's my steak. I'm going to turn on the light on the phone. So there's my steak, and this is why I do so much prep work on my meats, because all I had to do was toss this steak in this skillet. And I tossed it in with the red pepper and the sauce that was in here. So this ought to be pretty good. It just needs to cook a few more minutes. I'm waiting on my steak, so I'm going to try this. See if it's any good. It is sticky. And a little crunchy. And chewy. I think I like it. Yeah, that's a kick in the taste buds. Okay, if you want some spicy spaghetti, this is the way to go. All right, let's see if this is done. Yeah, I think it's done. Cut one of these in half. Look. It's hard to tell if these are done because everything is red. Either the sauce is red, the spices are red, everything is red. I think this is done. It really shouldn't have taken forever to cook these. Even the oil is red because of the stuff. I think this is done. Let me try the piece. Yeah, I think it needs a minute. Needs a little more time. Yeah, this is worth eating. It's done. I think I'll call this Assassin Spaghetti with Sirloin Steak Tips. And we will try some of the steak with the spaghetti. Let's see here. Yeah, so we're going to call it, Assassin Spaghetti with Sirloin Steak Tips. And we'll see if I can get a little bite. Well, tell you what, I can't get the steak and the spaghetti on the fork at the same time, so we'll just try the steak. Assassin Spaghetti and Sirloin Steak Tips is a winner. Yep, that's good. All right, so if you liked this video, please like and subscribe, and I will talk to you later.